to achieve your 2025 goals. There's a timeless lesson from the ancient Stoics that can transform your life. A powerful system they used to overcome life's greatest challenges and break free from anxiety, uncertainty, and the patterns that keep you stuck. In this video, we'll explore 3 transformative Stoic principles that go beyond New Year's resolutions to lasting and daily transformation. Research shows that 80% of resolutions fail by February, and it's because most planning systems focus on controlling the uncontrollable instead of cultivating what the Stoics mastered. Alignment with universal laws. By the end of this video, you'll know how to apply these principles to reshape your spiritual path, relationships, career, and life. The first truth centers on the control principle, or what Epictetus called the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are our opinions, motivations, desires, aversions, anything that is truly ours. We often waste energy trying to control things we can't, while neglecting the immense power we have over what truly matters. When you understand this principle, anxiety dissolves and real transformation becomes possible. Let's go from concept to an in-depth study of how to apply this to 2 areas: relationships and career growth. Imagine standing at the edge of 2025, looking back at a year of profound growth in both areas. The path to that future begins not with grand plans or bold declarations, but with a subtle shift in perspective, the Stoic way of seeing. Most relationship goals fail because they focus on the wrong things. We say, "I want a happier marriage," or "I want my children to understand how to behave better." But as Epictetus would remind us, we're already starting from a flawed premise, trying to control what isn't ours to control. Instead, consider this Stoic truth. The quality of your relationship depends not on the actions of others, but on your responses to them. This isn't just philosophy, it's practical psychology, validated by modern relationship research. Let's focus on 3 ways to strengthen your relationships using Stoic principles. 1. Focus on your response, not their actions. When your partner, family member, or friend is distant, stressed, or critical, the natural reaction is to focus on changing them. The Stoic approach is radically different. Use these moments as opportunities to practice virtue, daily practice. Set an intention for how you'll respond to likely challenges. During interactions, pause and ask, "What virtue can I practice here?" When you have alone time, reflect on your responses, not your partner's actions. 2. You must accept what you cannot control. This includes the other person's thoughts, feelings, past experiences, current stresses, personal growth journey. Focus instead on what you can control: your attention during conversations, your responses to conflict, your expressions of appreciation, your commitment to understanding. 3. Practice premeditation of difficulties. Marcus Aurelius practiced preparing for challenges before they arose. This means anticipating stressful periods, holidays, work deadlines, planning your responses to common conflicts, preparing for your own emotional triggers, developing strategies for maintaining connection during busy times. It is impossible to not improve a relationship if you spend 1 month asking yourself these questions every day. How can I be a better partner today? What challenges might we face? How will I respond with wisdom? When conflicts arise, practice the Stoic pause. Stop and breathe. Remind yourself what you can control. Choose a response aligned with your values. Act with deliberate wisdom. Next, let's discuss how to apply the dichotomy of control to your career goals. Most career goals focus on outcomes, promotions, salary increases, status. Yet the Stoics would argue that this approach creates anxiety and reduces effectiveness. Instead, they advocate for something more powerful, focusing on excellence in action, regardless of outcome. The 3 pillars of Stoic career development. 1. Focus on excellence, not outcomes. Instead of "I want a promotion," focus on "I will perform each task with excellence." This shift does two things: puts you in control of your goals, actually increases your chances of desired outcomes. Daily practice. Morning. Identify one area where you can demonstrate excellence today. Throughout day, focus on quality of work, not recognition. Evening. Review where you demonstrated excellence and where you can improve. 2. View obstacles as opportunities. When facing career challenges, ask, what virtue can this situation help me develop? How can this obstacle make me stronger? What skills can I gain from this challenge? 3. Maintain perspective. Remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. External success is temporary, but internal excellence is permanent. This means celebrating small wins in personal growth, focusing on skill development over recognition, building lasting capabilities over quick gains. By embracing the Stoic approach to career development, you shift your focus from external outcomes to internal excellence, turning challenges into growth opportunities. This mindset not only reduces anxiety, but also empowers you to achieve lasting fulfillment and success through consistent, purposeful action. Building on the idea of focusing on what's within our control, let's turn to another transformative Stoic principle, the observer principle. As Epictetus wrote, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things." This concept reveals how shifting our perspective can open up new possibilities and reshape our reality. Rooted in both Stoic wisdom and modern science, such as the quantum observer effect, it highlights the profound influence of elevated consciousness on the world around us. Modern neuroscience has shown that our brain's default mode is threat detection. We're wired to fixate on problems, dangers, and worst-case scenarios, a survival mechanism that served our ancestors well, but now creates constant anxiety in our modern world. When we're caught in this threat detection mode, we literally cannot see opportunities or solutions. Our field of vision, both physically and metaphorically, narrows. We become trapped in tunnel vision, seeing only the immediate problem. But when we elevate our perspective, something remarkable happens in our brain. The amygdala, our threat detection center, calms down. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for higher thinking and problem solving, activates more fully. We literally begin to think differently, see differently, process information differently. This isn't metaphorical, it's a measurable shift in brain function. The observer principle helps us break free from what psychologists call cognitive fusion, the state where we become so entangled with our thoughts that we can't distinguish between reality and our interpretation of reality. When we're fused with our thoughts, we don't just think about a problem, we become the problem. Every setback feels permanent, every challenge feels personal, every obstacle feels insurmountable. Imagine being caught in a powerful ocean current. When you're swimming at surface level, the force of the water is overwhelming. You exhaust yourself fighting against it, barely keeping your head above water. But if you could somehow rise above and see the current's pattern from above, you'd notice safe passages, calmer waters, and the shortest path to shore. This is what objective perception does for our entire life experience. Objective perception creates what Buddhism calls the gap, the space between stimulus and response, where our true power lies. From this elevated perspective, we can see that our thoughts about a situation are not the situation itself. This simple but profound shift changes everything. Most importantly, this practice alters our relationship with time itself. When we're caught in surface-level perception, we become trapped in what psychologists call temporal myopia, the inability to see beyond our immediate circumstances. Everything feels urgent, permanent, and all-consuming. But from an elevated perspective, we can see the broader arc of time. We notice how past crises that seemed world-ending at the moment led to unexpected growth. We can see how current challenges might be setting the stage for future opportunities. This expanded temporal awareness doesn't just change how we feel, it changes how we act, what decisions we make, what possibilities we can recognize. The Stoics understood something profound about human suffering. It comes not from events themselves, but from our interpretation of events. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Life itself is neither good nor bad, but simply a place for good and bad things to happen." When we master objective perception, we free ourselves from the tyranny of our immediate interpretations. This isn't about detachment or disconnection from life. Quite the opposite. It's about engaging with life more fully, more wisely, more effectively. When we can rise above our immediate circumstances, we don't just see problems differently. We see solutions that were invisible from ground level. Take your journal out. Think about someone you consider to be successful in a path that you would also like to be successful in. Write down a few sentences of what it is that you admire about how they handle adversity, and what could you apply to your life. This could be either someone you've watched from afar or someone you know personally. Take a moment to consider this, and please share in the comments. Let's build a community based on shared insight of how others have tackled adversity. Almost invariably, the people that come to mind share this ability to maintain perspective under pressure. They don't get swept away by emotional currents. They can see patterns and possibilities that others miss. This isn't because they're immune to challenges. It's because they've mastered this art of rising above them. In a world of increasing complexity and rapid change, this skill becomes even more crucial. We're facing challenges our ancestors never imagined. Information overload, constant connectivity, rapid technological change, global uncertainty. Our Stone Age brains aren't naturally equipped to handle this level of complexity. We need this capacity for elevated perspective, not just to thrive, but to survive. The beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity and availability. We don't need special equipment, ideal conditions, or hours of free time. We can practice this shift in perspective anywhere, anytime, in traffic, in meetings, in the midst of family chaos. Each time we do, we strengthen our capacity for wisdom and resilience. In essence, mastering objective perception isn't just about reducing anxiety or solving problems more effectively, though it certainly does both. It's about fundamentally transforming our relationship with reality itself. It's about accessing a level of wisdom and clarity that changes not just how we see things, but what we're capable of doing, being, and becoming. Building on the observer principle and the power of perspective, we arrive at another key Stoic insight, the transformation principle. This idea emphasizes that challenges and resistance, far from being obstacles, are actually opportunities for growth. By embracing adversity, we can transform setbacks into catalysts for development, further deepening our resilience and self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This isn't just philosophy, it's energy alchemy. Think of a current obstacle in your life. Close your eyes and visualize this obstacle as pure, concentrated energy. Feel its density, its weight. Now, with each breath, watch as this dense energy begins to shift and transform. This isn't just visualization, you're actually transmuting energy at the quantum level. Take out your journal again. We're going to apply the Stoic transmutation formula. Write down your 3 biggest perceived obstacles for 2025. Next to each one, answer these questions. What energy is contained within this obstacle? How could this challenge be serving my highest good? What opportunity is hidden within this apparent block? This isn't just positive thinking, it's energy work at the quantum level. The Stoics understood that reality itself is malleable when approached with both wisdom and spiritual power. For example, if you're facing an obstacle like limited resources, applying the transformation principle allows you to uncover the untapped potential within the challenge. Energy contained. Limited resources often spark creativity and resourcefulness. Instead of seeing scarcity as a roadblock, you can view it as fuel to think outside the box, streamline processes, and find clever solutions to achieve your goals. Higher service. This obstacle can teach you the invaluable skill of self-reliance. By navigating challenges without excess, you develop confidence in your ability to succeed with less, fostering resilience and adaptability that will serve you in future endeavors. Hidden opportunity. Limited resources push you to innovate, experiment, and discover unconventional approaches. These creative breakthroughs often lead to unexpected opportunities, new methodologies, and even better results than traditional paths would have allowed. By shifting your mindset, you not only overcome the obstacle, but also unlock new levels of personal growth and problem-solving capabilities. This approach transforms resistance into a powerful tool for development and progress. As we wrap this up, I want to introduce one final powerful Stoic tool you can use to tie these principles together. Before pursuing any goal, reflect on it using these three lenses: the control lens, the challenge lens, and the character lens. Control lens. What can I fully control? Focus on actions and attitudes within your power. Plan. Break the goal into manageable, controllable steps. Challenge lens. What obstacles will I face? Identify challenges and reframe them as growth opportunities. Plan. For each obstacle, outline how you'll transform it into a strength. Character lens. What virtues must I embody? Reflect on qualities like patience, courage, or adaptability. Plan. Commit to daily practices that build these virtues. By regularly applying these lenses, you create a practical habit of seeing obstacles as opportunities, aligning your actions with your values, and staying grounded in what you can control. This structured exercise not only helps you achieve your goals, but also builds resilience and fosters personal growth. As we wrap up, here's your takeaway. Transformation doesn't come from controlling what's outside your power. It comes from mastering your response to it. By using the Stoic principles of the Dichotomy of Control, the Observer Principle, and the Transformation Principle, you'll cultivate resilience, clarity, and purpose in every challenge and opportunity life presents. Now it's your turn. Take a moment to reflect on which principle resonates most with you. Write it down, commit to practicing it, and share your thoughts in the comments so we can grow together as a community of modern Stoics. In a world filled with distractions and challenges, adopting these Stoic principles is more than a strategy. It's a path to lasting fulfillment and success. Let's step into 2025 with purpose, clarity, and the unshakable wisdom of the Stoics on your path to a better life.